welcome back to my channel. So today's video, what the hell here? Okay, so today's video is going to be a back to, are these too long to be in the front? Let's put them back for now, and I'll decide later. Today's video is going to be a back to school makeup. I'm not doing hair because you guys know I'm like terrible at hair, even though in the past two, or the hair that I have, like this video will go up before the hair that I'm talking about, but where I had the little thing on top and it was curled and everything. So I'm filming this video the next day. Like I said, this will go up first, but I had those curls left over, so all I did was just put it in a ponytail, and I'm really happy with it, honestly. I know some of you guys are probably thinking, well, it's a little bit bumpy and stuff, but honestly, for my hair, putting it up in a ponytail so quick, it took me like 2 seconds. And usually, like when I was in cheerleading and stuff, and my mom would do my hair, you know, to put in a ponytail, it would take at least 20 minutes to even just get the hair to lay flat. So, I mean, it's pretty flat. It's a little bumpy, but for me, it's good enough. So today's video, like I said, is going to be a back to school makeup. So that's what I did with the hair, just in case you were wondering. I just put it back, hairsprayed a little bit, and it already had leftover curls. So now what I want to say before I get started, because I know a lot of you are going to be like, whoa, that's a lot of makeup for school. But honestly, the only, when I was in school, the makeup that I liked to wear was concealer, powder, and mascara. One, because I was just getting into makeup, and that's what I felt confident in. Honestly, if I went back to school now, I would probably wear just a little bit more than I did. I would wear just a little bit more than I did when I was just wearing like those 3-4 products. But I'm going to be doing almost a full face makeup. I'm going to be doing foundation, you know, quite a bit. It's not quite full face, but it's pretty close. The only reason why I'm doing that is because I wanted people who feel confident in like a full-on face of makeup to not learn, but see how they can like tame it, just so it's a little bit more appropriate for school. So obviously, remember, you can take or give, or you know, take or give a what? Take or like if I do something like foundation, I'm gonna be wearing that today because, like I said, I want to try and bring everyone that likes to wear super full face makeup and thinks it's too much for school and kind of tone it down just a little bit. But if you feel like, you know, your skin is good without foundation, you just want concealer, go ahead and do that, or you can use a BB cream. But I don't have a BB cream, so I'd probably use a BB cream though, honestly. That's a way to tame down your foundation look and stuff. But yeah. And I'm doing some extra things like eyeshadows, because I want to tell you, if you like to wear eyeshadow, this is what you could do to prolong the wear or something like that. You understand what I'm saying? So honestly, for my personal self, I wouldn't wear all this makeup to school. I most likely wouldn't wear foundation. I'd probably either just wear concealer or a BB cream. But like I said, this is mainly for you guys because I don't go to school anymore. So yeah. I mean, I'm still in school, but I do Florida virtual. Anyways, I digress. So I'm sorry if I'm like flipping it a lot, it's just like so much fun. So let's just go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm going to do, because I have such dry skin, this is just what I do to prep my skin. So if you have oily skin, then do what you normally do to prep your skin if you are going to be wearing foundation. Even if you're not, honestly, I think I would still apply this if I wasn't wearing foundation. But this is the Too Faced Hangover RX favorite primer. It's amazeballs. Oh yeah. So I'm just going to do 2 pumps of this. That may seem like a lot, but it's really not, because the first pump isn't very much. That's how much you get out of 2 pumps. So I'm just going to take this and apply it all over the face. I really, really love this stuff, guys. Like when I first got it, and I still hate the smell, it's disgusting. But when I first got it, I was like, yeah, I don't see the big deal. But that's because I was only using like a pump, and I just wasn't using enough. I might have pumped out just a little bit too much, but oh well. And I wasn't using enough, so I didn't see the effects on my skin. But oh my gosh, it really does hydrate. And I meant, don't you know, try to ignore my nose because I washed my face, you know, like 40 minutes before I filmed this video. I'll link my skincare down below, my skincare video. But I meant to do a pore strip, but I completely forgot and I had already put on my moisturizer, so yeah, it's a little blackheady, which if you guys have a good, like, mask, I'd rather have a peel-off mask, but any type of mask that at the drugstore that really clears your blackheads, please let me know because I'm going to be going to Walmart soon with the money that I got from something I returned. I really need a new one. Anyways, this is not a chit chat video, so let's just go ahead and get started. So, I'm going to be mixing these foundations. This is the Covergirl Outlast Stay Fabulous, nope, Stay Luminous in 810. And then the Maybelline Fit Me in 110. The reason why I'm mixing them, even though they are very dewy foundations, is because this one is way too pink for my skin. This one has a little bit of pink, but it's decently yellow. It's like neutral, basically. And this one does not set at all. You have to set it with powder, and I don't like to do that with my skin because I have such dry skin. So with this one, the CoverGirl one, even though it is dewy, it sets itself. So there's no need to put on a powder. So yeah. But before I do that, I'm going to take Too Faced Primed and Poreless and just apply it by my pores, which are right here. And then right where my smile lines are, oh my gosh, my foundation settles so much there. So I'm just going to tap this in. Anyways, so now I'm going to mix those foundations and just apply that to my skin using a damp beauty blender. And these are both just a little bit too pale for me. But honestly, I find that if you're going, this is how much I'm doing. If you're going to be buying a foundation and you don't know your shade, especially if you're at the drugstore and you know you can't try it out first, well, I mean, you can, but you know what I mean. Then what I recommend you do is go lighter. If anything, go at least a shade or two lighter, because when you go with a lighter foundation, at least you can darken it up with a darker powder or bronzer. If you go darker than your skin, it's just going to be really, really hard to blend in. And normally lighter powder wouldn't help. And then you're going to bronze up your skin. It's going to look 10 times more dark than it did in the beginning. And that foundation might oxidize. So I recommend you go lighter than your skin tone. So yeah, so I'm just going to apply this to my skin and I will be right back. I'm just spreading it out with my finger. I just wanted to say that because I just feel like it blends a lot better. It's a lot more effortless. So yeah. And let me just quickly say before I go, if you guys don't know how to damp the beauty blender, all I do is I just take it under the faucet, under cold water. It doesn't really matter. Well, don't do hot because I think that feels weird. But I just take it under the faucet and I just squeeze it until it becomes puffy, and then I take it either on a paper towel, a normal towel. What? There's a little white fuzzy on it. A normal towel, and I just squeeze it in it like 2 or 3 times just to get out all that extra moisture. Alright, so I will be right back after I finish this. It is not a foundation today. What? It is not a foundation type of day, you guys. Can you see the dryness on my nose? Arg. And make sure, especially if your foundation does not match you, like I said, mine is just a little bit too light. Even though I'll go in with, you know, bronzer and stuff to darken it, still want to bring it down the neck. And excuse my foundation, I don't know if you can tell my nose, but it is just not a foundation day. My skin is so super duper dry, I have no idea why, but it just is. I don't know if you can see that. It's like super dry. Sorry. So don't look too closely there. Bring that down my neck. And yes, I have quite a bit of moles. I'm just a birthmark mole type of girl, I guess, right? And I'm just going to take whatever's left over and go over the ears, because I get very red ears. And that can obviously look, you know, you can tell. So, take just a hint of that foundation and just go over the ear. It's not going to be able to cover it up a ton, but it'll cover it up a little bit, right? So, that's that. Once I, well actually let's just do it now. I'm just going to take a little bit MAC Fix Plus on my finger, just a little bit. And just apply that where I need it. It's not going to completely cover it up, let's be real. But it's going to help it just a tiny. So I'm going to be using the Rimmel Wake Me Up Concealer. Apply this underneath the eyeballs. Just like this in a triangular shape. Triangular-ish shape. Damn it, I forgot to prime my eyelids. Don't I always do this in like every tutorial? I always say, damn it, I forgot to prime my eyelids. Oh, I'm just going to apply the Nars Pro Prime Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base to the eyelids. And just blend that out. That's one step that's going to obviously help have the eyeshadow I'm using later on stay a lot longer. And then I'm just going to take my beauty blender and I'm just going to use the tip side and just blend out my concealer, and I will be right back. So I just want to say quickly that this is probably going to be the only video I'm going to be doing for back to school. Just because I'm kind of late, let's be real. And yeah, so I'm sorry about that, but I mean, there's so many other back to school videos here on YouTube, so I thought it wasn't that big of a deal. Well, yeah. You see the difference in eyes? This is the concealed one, hopefully you can tell, and then this is the non-concealed one. Obviously, you can go in a lot lighter with the concealer, but I feel like this isn't that much. Usually, I would bring it down to like my little hump, you know, where the nostril starts on my nose. And honestly, the reason why I'm not doing like an outfit type of thing is because down here where I live, at least in my high school, you can't wear anything you want. We have uniform, like uniform. Red, at least when I went, it was red and white shirts, and then black and khaki pants or shorts. Well, not shorts above the knee, but yeah. So that's why I'm not doing an outfit. And I don't know. I think outfits are very controversial when it comes to, what's it called? School, because, you know, so many different schools allow so many different things. Okay, so now I'm just going to conceal the rest of my face just to help, because the under eye concealer is a little bit lighter than my skin tone. So if you find that your under eye concealer is a little bit brighter, you know, pretty intense, then just go ahead and apply that same color to the, you know, this part of your face, and you can even go down the nose. That's really going to help. It's going to kind of bring it all together so that your under eyes don't look so dark. Just going to blend that out. Okay, now I'm going to powder up. Even though I am dry skin, I still have to powder some places. So I'm going to take my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless, which you guys know is my bomb.diggity. This is in translucent. I'm actually starting to see the ring a little bit. So quite excited. And I'm just going to pat just a tad bit of this underneath the eye. Of course, powder is super essential when it comes to going to school. Because, what's it called? I don't even know. What is it called? Do you know what? I don't know. Because especially if you're oily, you know, you got a long day ahead of you. So I would say if you're oily, obviously bring powder with you. I'm going to set my chin because I get oily there. I'm going to set my forehead because I get oily there. And what I love about this powder is I can pile this stuff on and it doesn't make me look dry, which is amazing because it is meant for oily skin people. Shading a little bit right here. Super oily there. Okay, now that I've powdered, I'm going to apply MAC Fix Plus. Almost done with it, you guys. And the reason why I'm going to apply this is because I'm very dry today. So I'm really going to put that stuff on. Oh, sorry about the restaurant. Anyways, this is just going to help set all the powders as well and just hydrate my face even more. So let's do that. And I know you can see little dots, but for now, just ignore that while I talk about some other stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and do my brows. Obviously, you do your brows how you want them. I'm going to be using, I'll just tell you what I'm going to use. And maybe I'll show a little bit of it. We'll see. I'm going to use the Sigma Brow Powder in light. And then I'm going to apply the Ulta Brow tints in light and medium. And then set that with the Milani Brow Shaping Clear Brow Gel. So that's what I'm going to do. And I would have used my, what's it called? E.LF brow kit in ash, but it's kind of been, it like really stinks, so I think it really stinks, so I think it might have gone bad. So I'm gonna have to throw that out, but that's why I'm using this. This is decent. It's not my favorite, but it works, so you know what I mean? It is your living. Okay, so I'm just going to take the darker side, and all I'm going to do is trace out this part of my eyebrow because there is no, like, you know, definition there. And then just fill it in a little bit, and then, you know, apply everything else on top. I don't go for intense brows. I really don't, because I feel like my brows are pretty decent. I know, I'm sure some of you guys don't like them, but... So then I'm just going to apply the brow tints, and, I just go in with the light one first, and of course remember, like I mentioned these in one of my favorites videos, you gotta take off the product. There's just too much on here. Maybe if you have thicker brows or something, but I don't even know if it would work for you like that, but you gotta take out most of the product. And then I'm just gonna push this through the entire brow, focusing it mainly on the inner corner. And I take the dark one, and I just, of course, wipe off that product. And I just wipe it on a baby wipe. And I go on most of the brow with this because that light shade is just way too light for my entire brow. Okay, and then to help blend those, that's when I set it with the Milani Clear Brow Gel. That helps blend them and set them a little bit more. You don't really, I mean, they stay pretty long, those Ulta things, but again, it's just mainly for blending the two shades together. And then for the eyeballs, all I'm going to do, this is something that you can do to, hello little pigeon, this is something you can do to really prolong the wear of your eyeshadow. So what you want to do is take an eyeshadow base, something, obviously can be, you know, like, it can be, these do look pretty bold, but once I put on the eyeshadow, it'll look fine. I recommend going with like a color tattoo or something like this, whether it is not clear, but like skin tone or colorful or whatever floats your boat. This really helps make your eyeshadow last a little bit longer. And then the main eyeshadow that I'm going to be using is the Wet n Wild Trio in Sweetest Candy. They also have a Walking on Eggshells, which these two shades are basically the same, but this shade down here on the Walking on Eggshells one is a lot more like beige. This one's definitely like pink. So I'm going to take this palette and I'm going to take a fluffy brush. I'm just going to take this Anastasia one that comes in that Anastasia, what's it called? Shadow Couture World Travel Palette. I have that video linked down below. So I'm just going to take a slight bit of this and mix it with the brow bone highlight just to make it a little bit lighter. I took that dark and light shade, mixed them. Let me zoom you guys in a little bit. Not too much though, so you can't see the dryness, but I'm just going to apply this throughout the crease of the transition shade. Okay, and then after that, I'm going to take the color tattoo with my finger because I feel like these apply the best with your finger. And I'm just going to apply this to my eyelid. Oh, this is in the by the way, this is an inked in pink. What? Inked in pink. This is one of their metal though. It's not their regular line. Obviously though, use whatever shade you personally like, but I'm just applying a decent amount of this. And you don't have to set this with powder, but it will prolong the wear of your eyeshadow if you do. So then I'm going to take that pink shade from the Sweetest Candy palette and just apply it with my finger, honestly. Just like that. And then I'm going to go in with a E25 by Sigma and take the crease shade in this palette and just deepen up the crease a little bit. Not too much, obviously, because this is a school makeup look, just a little tiny bit. You obviously don't have to do eyeshadow, but again, I'm doing these extra steps so in case you do want to wear, you know, eyeshadow, you know what can prolong it and stuff like that, if that makes any sense. And of course, this doesn't have to be just back to school. This could be anywhere, really. It's makeup. And then I'm going to go ahead and take an E60 by Sigma and go into that brow bone highlight, which is super pigmented. So just take a little bit and just apply that underneath the brow. It does have a teensy tiny bit of shimmer, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but it's not that big of a deal. And then just take the Anastasia brush and just blend some more. Like that. So I'm going to do this eye and get it up to par with this one, and I'll be right back to finish off the eyes. Okay, now I got them both up to the same step. So all I'm going to do is, you can obviously stop here, you know, do no more. But there's a plane coming. So what I'm going to do to highlight the inner corner, just so it's a little bit more, you know, poppity pop, it makes you look a lot less tired. I'm going to take my Wet n Wild bronzer in Reserve Your Cabana. Obviously not a bronzer. And this broke yesterday while I was filming, so that's why I'm kind of trying to be careful with it. I'm just going to pop this into the inner corner. This isn't an intense highlighter by all means. It's very, very subtle. But it's just going to give a little bit something to the eye. To that inner corner. I don't know if you can see it there. Just super duper natural. So I'm just going to take an inner corner highlight brush. And of course you can use something else, but I, you know, kind of wanted to keep it like this. Personally. Just a little something. I can tell the difference. Don't know if you can, but I can, girl. Okay. So moving on. If you want to do anything underneath the lower lash line, then go ahead and do it. And I just want to mention real quick, if you want to keep this a lot more simple and fast. And by the way, like I keep on saying, I just don't want to like see comments saying I'm never, like, who would wear this much makeup to school? Remember, it's not that I'm saying wear all this makeup. I mean, you obviously can. Hello, I'm doing a tutorial for it. But it's mainly just to say, if you're going to wear foundation, do this. If you're going to wear eyeshadow, do this. If you're going to wear bronzer, do this. So if you are going to recreate this eye and for some reason you can't find that Wet n Wild palette, what I recommend, or you want to keep it a little bit more on the faster side, just, this is basically what I did. This is basically what I did, just I had it in a palette. So if you can't seem to find that palette, then what I do is just take your bronzer for your transition shade and to deepen up the crease. And then I have a video on these Milani Bella eyeshadows, a review and swatch video. So just take Bella Rose, which I've seen like everywhere, and I've seen that the Wet n Wild thing too. And it's just it's basically the same thing as the Wet n Wild one. It's just not as pink. So if you want to go more on the subtle side, you can use that. There's a freaking hair. I don't see it, but I can freaking feel it. Oh, Lord. Okay. So now let's move on to the face. I'm just going to take a break from the eyes. I'm going to take my Benefit Hoola bronzer and just apply this to bronze on my skin. You guys know I'm not like the hugest fan of contouring. I kind of feel like doing it today, but just because this is a back to school makeup, I'm definitely not going to. I mean, you can go more on the subtle side when you contour, but I'm just going to wait till after this video and then do it. So when you apply bronzer, you kind of want it all over, even a little bit lower than your contour, but not too much, if that makes sense. And I'm just blending this out all on the cheek area. This is the Sigma F60? F50. I'm just applying this all over that cheek area. And if you are going to contour, make sure you apply bronzer. It's going to, make sure you apply the bronzer first. I feel like it helps to blend out the contour better. And then I'm just going to apply this onto the temples. And then make sure you blend in between them. If you guys want to see like a contour and highlighting video, let me know, girl. Let me know. Anyhow. Okay, so for highlight, you guys know I love an intense highlight like my Stila Oliver Shimmer Dew and Kitten or my Hourglass Luminous Light. But because we are going to school, I'm going to keep it a little bit more simple. So I'm going to go in again with that Reserve Your Cabana shade from Wet n Wild. And this is only a couple bucks, and it's like a huge thing. So I'm going to take the Morphe M310. It's pretty subtle. It's very, very natural. If you are darker skin tone, you won't be able to use this. Just because it'll be way too light on you. But I just apply that on the cheekbone. Connect it to the brow. A little bit above the brow, just whatever's left over. And a little bit more for the nose and the tear duct. And that's all I do for highlight. Super duper simple. And then let's finish off the eyes. I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes with my Sephora eyelash curler. And I didn't apply any blush because, at least in my school, when we would change classes, we would have to be outside. You know, we'd have to go outside to go to a different, like, building. And I said this in my go-to summer makeup, which if you're looking for a definitely more subtle makeup for school, I will link my go-to summer makeup look down below. That's like super duper simple, and I think a lot of people would like that. And I was thinking about not even filming this back to school makeup because I felt like that basically when I wore my summer makeup is what I would wear to school. But then I thought about this, you know, if people want to wear foundation, well, I can give them a couple tips and blah blah blah. So yeah, I'll link that video down below. I'm just going to be applying mascara. Basically, I'm not going to do anything on the lower lash line just because I don't really feel like it today. You absolutely can, but nah, I'm good. That's right. That's what I was going to say. So if you... Sorry about the angle of this. Well, let me just wait until I'm done doing this. Okay, I also put mascara on the lower lashes. I always forget to do this. I meant to apply NYX Wonder Pencil first, but I always forget. So I'm going to apply this real quick. My waterline. And of course you can, you know, wing outliner, whatever. You can always, like I said, give and take from this makeup. Okay. So I had a point to when I was talking about like my go-to summer makeup and stuff. I did not fart. That was the chair. I swear. I swear. Anyway, so I didn't put any blush on because, like I said, we would go, you know, we have to change classes and stuff, and I get so red so fast. So I feel like I said, my go-to summer makeup, it's so hot here in Florida, no matter if it's winter, whatever season it is, usually it's still pretty damn hot and humid. So I don't like to apply blush because then it's like that extra redness and I just look super red like a tomato. So that ain't happening today. Now what? I think we're done. We just gotta do the lips, right? This video's gonna be so long. Okay, so I have a couple of recommendations. I would go with something that is glossy, in my opinion. I just feel like that looks the most prettiest. I just feel like that looks the most prettiest and natural. So two of my favorites are the Covergirl Smoochies. Yeah, Smoochies. This is in hashtag love you. Hashtag love you. And then also NYX Butter Glosses in general. I love these things so much. This is my favorite one for sure. This is Strawberry Parfait. It's that second one closest over, no, closest over there. So I think we're gonna go ahead and use the Strawberry Parfait. And I just feel like with these butter glosses, you can go super sheer, like it just has that hint of pink to it, or you can go like super intense and build it up. I'm just gonna keep it one layer today, I think. And I think that's all I'm putting on my face for the day. So, you guys are going to see this makeup in a couple more videos. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And yeah, I'm sorry that I'm not doing more back to school videos. But I kind of went on the, you know, I'm kind of late on the whole back to school videos. So I'm sorry about that. Maybe next year I will do a ton more. Well, hopefully next year I'd like to. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I will see you guys in my next one. Remember, give or take from this makeup. I personally wouldn't wear all this to school, but like I said, it's just for everyone in case they want to do something a little bit extra. But honestly, I feel like, especially in school, you want to feel confident because there's so many people that judge you. So I say put on whatever makes you feel comfortable. If all this makeup makes you feel confident and comfortable, then go ahead and do it. If just lip gloss makes you feel confident, do it, girl. Do you, boo. Alright, so I will see you guys in my next video, and I hope you guys enjoyed this look. I feel like it's very like feminine and soft. So yeah. And I don't mean like feminine, like only girls can wear. If you're a guy, you can totally wear this makeup. Like, do you, boo. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.